I didn't know I'd be back so soon talking about electric vehicles, but there was a few questions, and one of the major questions was that what's going to happen to diesel and petrol vehicles? Will they be banned? Well, the government seems to believe that the life of a motor vehicle is 14 years. So by 2044, they believe it will be very difficult for you to find fossil fuels to put in your tank, or to find it would be very expensive. The other thing people asked is, I won't be able to afford a vehicle in 2035. In the States it's 2030, they're going, not in the States, in the UK, 2030 they're stopping the sale of new petrol vehicles or diesel vehicles, and that includes trucks, cars and vans. So that's 2030, and 2035 they will be stopping hybrids. However, with so you can't afford an electric vehicle, what's going to happen? Well, for a start, the cost of the petrol vehicles, the new vehicle, if you bought one this year or next year or the year after, they will drop dramatically. Petrol and diesel motor vehicles will have little value as resale. Ford, GM, etc., they're stopping manufacture of any petrol or diesel vehicles from 2035. But again, getting back to the question, what are you going to do not being able to afford a new electrical vehicle? Well, 2035, that's when the Great Reset is fully in place, and you won't own anything and you'll be happy. So if you need an electric vehicle to go somewhere to do something, which they won't be happy about because they prefer you to stay home, you will be renting a electric motor vehicle. So remember, it's all about the Great Reset. The Great Reset is all about carbon. Now, I've written a couple of things down here so I don't forget. After 2035, or in 2035, your choice will be electric or cars fueled by hydrogen. So after 2035, it will be only electric or cars fueled by hydrogen. Second-hand cars will plummet in price. So they expect, as I said, up to 2044 that diesels and petrol will be on the cars will still be on the road. What are they going to do in the UK? Because from the fuel they tax it heavily, like in Australia, and use it for the roads. So they've got £50 billion that they've got to plug in the tax that was on the fuel. So they're looking at ways of taxing the electric motor vehicle drivers. One is pay as you drive, so based on distance, but people are complaining, well, if you live in the rural area, you'll be driving further all the time to someone that lives in a suburb, and or having more tollways so that everyone will pay more to go out travel on that. One method they call pay as you drive. The EU have agreed to ban the sale of all new cars and vans powered by fossil fuels within 12 years, which is 2035. It's not far away. USA is the same, and as I said, GM and Ford will not produce non-electric vehicles. So the writing's on the wall, you can see what's happening. I'm not going to do any more short videos on electric vehicles, because what I've been doing is I add to the playlist that's at the bottom of this video. If you go to YouTube, and at the bottom you'll see the playlist, and anything I find of importance I'll put there. Other things of importance you'll also see on Facebook, on our sites, mainly Global Non-Compliant Australia. And I just thank you again. Before I go, people are worried about the really old cars, 40-year-old type cars. There's heaps of them in the world, and those people are ready to stand up and fight. And they don't see that there will be a ban on those as yet, because they're very fanatical. They're like Patriots. So that's about it from me. Let's talk about other subjects in the future anyway.